up, man? We are back in black in the building. Shout out to everybody out there. Roll call. Shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to the homegirl and homegirls, Miss Tanya Latanya in Arizona. Shout out to everybody in Vegas. All my Vegas people, siblings and all, handling business, working, man. Vegas is hot and expensive, man. For real. And they wrong for that shit. Shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to the homegirl, Shawnee. Philly is definitely in the building, so shout out to her. She's the one who put me on the blackandnoble.com, so shout out to her. I appreciate it. And shout out to the homegirl, Erica, Florida, a.k.a. Florida, is definitely in the building. Shout out to my brothers, David No Compromise, Georgia in the building, and James Youngblood, Texas is definitely in the building. Shout out to the homegirl, Jerica, as well. I appreciate that sister in Vegas as well. And shout out to the homegirl Melina from North Carolina, aka North Kakalaka. These are people that listen. I got a lot of siblings, so that's why I just say my siblings, because I might forget somebody's name. Because, I'm thinking about what the subject is at hand. So shout out to everybody out there, man. Yes, man, Sunday I couldn't do it, man. That's, shit that I was handling and stuff like that. So I couldn't do the podcast Sunday. And honestly, at first I was going to try to rush one, but I said, no, I want to see how things play out. And I've been gathering my thoughts. My brother David No Compromise, he's been sending me some very interesting things. Well, they all do. My sisters do. And stuff like that. So, I just read these things and kind of do a little bit of research. I be liking to hear what David gonna say. Fuck what I'm saying. Yeah, I be wanting to hear what he say. Look, I'm finally starting to carve out some time so we can get these lives going. I'm gonna have to text my brother. But we about to get into it. Staying focused. Let's get it. What we need to do right now, this is my perspective. I always like to come from the corporate plantation perspective. And yeah, I've been jotting because I am going to write a book. I got to take my time, collect my thoughts, right? But that's like my goal. And I'm finally like, at first I was like, nah, I need to do that. But man, I've just seen a lot of shit along the way. And just coming from that perspective of the corporate plantation, I think it's time to focus. And just focus on what we need to be doing. Focus on the narrative that best fits productivity, as Neely Fuller Jr. would say. We don't want the four-wall effect where we just getting together not to accomplish a damn thing. We want to stay focused. Staying focused means I don't care what they saying about Kamala Harris or whatever. I don't care what they saying about Donald Trump. If they are not trying to restore order by giving us reparations to foundational Black Americans for our ancestors building this country for free without repayment, there ain't really shit to talk about. And like I said, if either party wants to meet with people like Ice Cube or foundational Black Americans about a contract for Black America to help foundational Black Americans specifically, then let's talk. But I am not in the business of cheering on immigrants and other racial groups. I'm about cheering on my racial group and what matters most. And I've always said this, and I don't give a fuck. I don't care what nobody say, man. I don't give a fuck about who you fucking, all that. That has nothing to do with me. What I care about is you standing 10 toes down and standing on your square, your purpose, and your business. Meaning this. You're only as good as the group. You're only as good as your racial group. Meaning, like, I don't give a fuck who you date and all that. Look, I'm not Umar. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. But whoever you with, if they don't have an understanding of foundational Black American struggle and they don't want to have an understanding of that, I think you need to reevaluate who you are, not who they are. Who you are. And you say, Warren, why are you saying this? Because we are in a system of racism and white supremacy, and we're trying to replace the system of justice, meaning the group that needs the most constructive help receives the most constructive help. That is foundational Black Americans. As Dr. Claude Anderson said, they will make us a permanent underclass. That's why, again, we're going to have this conversation, me, David, and James Youngblood. That is exactly why your boy Joe Conzo did what he did to our brother Tariq Nasheed's Microphone Check documentary. It's still gonna come out. Niggas is still gonna buy it. Now you've just made things worse for yourself, sir. You didn't make things worse for foundational Black Americans. You show what a fraud and what fraudulent mentality and behavior really is. Because if you were co-creators of it, you would have allowed him to just put that out and said, oh, well, y'all go see for yourself. But see, Brother Tariq did his research and was coming with real facts. And that's what they don't like. That's why that was one of the main reasons why I really started to look at other racial groups and really reevaluate how Dr. Claude Anderson was talking about racism as a competition of resources. Like, damn, I think he's right. Let's just take California and Vegas for an example and why we need to be focused. California, no diss to my Hispanic community, but they are the dominant society amongst poor people. And they receive more benefits 10 times over than foundational Black Americans do. And I just think that is unfortunate because what they do is they are the lower level vibrating help, meaning they take on the jobs and do it for dirt cheap because they just happy to be over here and make us feel like or try to insinuate or frame this narrative that we are lazy. And that's why I'm very oppositional of that behavior, of that mentality and the behavior that is displayed towards foundational Black Americans, because a lot of us, we know our history, we know where we come from. I'm not saying that Hispanics or Latinos don't, but I can tell you this, a lot of you are here for unearned benefits, whether you're Haitian, Jamaican, Nigerian. I don't speak in a monolithic type of situation where we're just talking about one specific racial group. I'm talking about immigrants in general. The dominant society has made it where immigrants feel like they are deserving of the same benefits that foundational Black Americans should be getting. And they are the main ones speaking out against reparations, and they don't even know their history the majority of the times. They ain't read not one book. And then when you want to have a conversation with them, they're just repeating the same and regurgitating the same talking points as the dominant society. They don't come with facts, but they come with a lot of feelings and emotions. And this is why it's important for us. If you don't do nothing but read Dr. Claude Anderson's Black Labor, White Wealth, Power and Knowledge by Dr. Claude Anderson, the ISIS Papers by Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, if you don't do nothing but read those 3 books, just those 3, that's all you need to talk about. You don't even need to, bring in any of the books. But if you just talked about those specific books, that's all you need to talk about. And you're like, Warren, why are you saying that? And the reason why I'm saying this is because Dr. Claude Anderson has done a great job at breaking down this racist system in an economic standpoint and how it's affecting foundational Black Americans economically. When Dr. Claude Anderson speaks of you're here for unearned benefits, that hurts foundational Black Americans economically, because now we're looked at as the underclass who's lazy, who's this and that, when really the benefits are being set aside for other racial groups, particularly immigrants. Sorry, I don't mean to offend anyone. We probably have all done business with an immigrant or bartered with an immigrant, and this, no this. And if my cousin was an immigrant, I'd tell them motherfuckers too. If my siblings was immigrants, they know, oh shit, here come Warren. He finna take me to, he about to tell me to take my ass back to where the fuck I came from. If my mama or my father, biological father, had an anchor baby somewhere and they came up here smelling me, I'd be like, you don't belong here, and I don't give a fuck if you are my family. You're here for unearned benefit. You the reason why it's so hard for Black folk in this country. And that's why I feel like we need to stay rooted and grounded in our focus and what matters most. Don't let Kamala and them trick any Black female that you know, or any female that has a head on her shoulders. No. Don't let them play the fuckery and the trickery, wordplay and word salad and political jargon like as if Kamala is going to be better for you than Donald Trump or even George Bush. Y'all need to understand this. You know, I've had a lot of time to kind of just reflect and do some, thinking about it. And when I look at the behaviors of the corporate plantation and how we display who we are sometimes, I'm taken back by it. I'm baffled by it. I'm embarrassed by it. And I've grown a lot too. A lot of us don't know how to act when we get on the corporate plantation. A lot of us are emotional when we don't need to be emotional. A lot of us get frustrated when there's no need to. A lot of us don't know how to conduct ourselves in a corporate plantation setting. But a lot of us know what it is. And I want to speak to the elderly generation. If you are working at a corporate plantation and you are buck dancing, mammying, and samboing and cooning and using other black folks, specifically foundational black Americans, to catapult your fictitious career at a corporate plantation, shame on you. You are the reason why they look at us the way they do too. See, foundational black Americans, a lot of the times we get tricked into looking at, well, they lazy, or they was calling it, they was doing that. Yep, you're right. Sometimes we do have a tendency to do that, but the dominant society does it too, and every racial group does it too. But what I'm saying and what I'm speaking to right now is how we conduct ourselves and the type of composure we need to have when we are dealing with the corporate plantation and the dominant society. And you're like, why are you saying that? This is the reason why I'm saying this. Because I've been around a lot of Sambos, Mammies, Coons. Hey, I remember on this podcast, Shawnee remember it, David remember it, James remember it, Erica, I know you definitely remember. I used to play the music for motherfuckers. I used to play the Mammy music. I even had to play it for myself because I was like, damn, I was acting like a, as you start reading, right? That's one thing. But when you take that knowledge and you sit down and you talk to a person like James Youngblood, or Dave from No Compromise, or Shawnee from Philly, or Erica from Florida, when you start talking to these people and sometimes reading the emails and seeing what they say, you like, damn, I might have been samboing my damn self, because I'm not beyond reproach. That's why I like to interview David and ask him those questions, and interview James Youngblood and talk to those brothers, because they're gonna give you that reality check that you need. Like, yeah, Warren G, I think this is how we should conduct ourselves, and woo woo. You know what I mean? Because I feel like foundational black Americans and just black people in general, we need to learn how to listen to each other and be like, damn, that's a cold ass perspective. You know what I mean? And when you're dealing with a person like a James Youngblood, very well read, or Dave from No Compromise, or Shawnee, or Erica, when you're dealing with those type of people that are well read and kind of can give you game and game you up, you have to look at that and be like, damn, man, that's some real shit. And that was the one thing that I learned a lot once I started reading and then speaking with these brothers and these sisters, whether it's email or text message, whatever. They were teaching me about, no, Warren, this is kind of how you conduct yourself. Ooh. And I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe I need to, fall back a little bit. Maybe I need to learn not to be so emotional. Maybe I need to learn, you know what I'm saying? These are things that you can learn from your average brother or your average sister. And the reason why I say that is because we got to stay focused. A lot of my melanated brothers and sisters, especially foundational black Americans, we are getting focused and we are awakened. It is not your job to educate an elderly person that's foundational black American. They stuck in their ways and they are drinking the blue pill smoothie. That's what they're drinking. They're putting the blue pill in their food every night. So they're not trying to hear what you got to say. So you got to leave that alone. So when they conduct themselves like that at work, at the corporate plantation, what you got to do is get away from them. Just get away from them. Don't vent to them, get away from them, and keep it moving. And just because they may allow you to vent doesn't mean that they are basically coming from a perspective of authenticity. And the reason why I say that is because you have a lot of foundational black Americans that may vote for Kamala Harris as if she is black and American, and she's not. And the reason why Warren keeps discussing this and talking about this is because that's fraudulent. That's falsified advertisement. You are advertising yourself as a foundational black American when you claim East Indian and Jamaican. You know that. And so many people are fooled and enamored by it. And the dominant society goes out of their way to say, man, this could be the first black woman president and all this other shit. Man, fuck all that. As many black folk as that lady done locked up, that bitch could care less about any foundational black American. She done sit up there and say, I'm not just gonna do nothing specific with black people. No. So when she said that, that should have rang the alarm to foundational black Americans to be like, we gotta do something different. That's why I'm saying stay focused. Watch what you see on the news. It ain't about going and running to Trump, but I'm going to give you the facts. What policy has Trump put into office that specifically fucked over black people? And when I mean black people, I mean foundational black Americans who built this country for free. I'm not talking about Puerto Ricans who identify as Afro-Latina. No diss to them. Because there's some Puerto Ricans out there that are like, man, fuck all that. I've known Puerto Ricans, they don't even wear no Puerto Rican flag or none of that. They don't even consider themselves Puerto Rican. They consider themselves black. And they speak Spanish, but they don't do none of that delineating. And I give much respect and power to those Puerto Ricans that are like, yeah, I know I'm Puerto Rican, but I consider myself black, so you're not finna hear me talking this Puerto Rican bullshit. I've been around Puerto Ricans like that. I've met them. So, no diss to my Hispanic community, but the thing that I want everybody to understand is this. Right now, this is about what's best for foundational black Americans. And we can't placate to other racial groups because we want them to have our back, because they don't have our back anyway, like Dave from No Compromise said. They don't have our back. Let me tell you something. All these other racial groups, they get a kick out of treating foundational black Americans like shit at the job. I've dealt with it multiple times. Multiple times. They get a kick out of it. They get a kick out of, having power, dominion, and authority over foundational black American, because they know we are the toughest mentally and strongest physically. They know that. They know we possess the natural law of rhythm. That's why everybody wants to do hip hop. No diss to my Hispanic brothers and sisters at all, but this isn't your lane. Y'all know what y'all culture is. Y'all culture is not hip hop. And I'm talking about Hispanics as far as the West Coast. Now on the East Coast, maybe there are a lot of Hispanics that may identify as black and Afro-Latina, and I'm not tripping off that. But what I'm saying is, I need those Puerto Ricans and those Cubans and those Dominicans to check the other Puerto Ricans and Cubans and Dominicans that are trying to take claim for something they didn't create and they're benefiting off of. That sounds like unearned benefits. Just because you took a picture while you was there doesn't mean you are a co-creator of a genre of music. That's a motherfucking lie. And I think it's time for us to start standing on business. I think it's time for us at these core plantations to start getting away from that type of energy where you're dealing with your own people who are FBA and they still have that coon, Sambo, Mammy, tell them about the gun line, Steve from Django, Hayward Shepherd mentality. Y'all know what I'm talking about? There's a lot of us out there that possess that. And I think it's time for us to start staying focused, being in our lane, stop being in competition with one another. Stop. You can talk to any of my siblings. I don't give a fuck. They'll tell you, shit, one want everybody to have a house. I ain't never been that nigga. Man, I used to tell people I was still living with my mama when I had a crib. When I bought my crib, I was telling niggas I was living with my mama. I didn't give a fuck because I know how that can come across to certain people. Oh, this nigga think he all that because he owns something. And that's why I did that. Some people would say, well, why would you lower your vibration? It ain't about lowering my vibration. It's about understanding who your people are. And your people, they sizing you up by whatever materials you have and not the contents of your character, because we have been socialized. Like Dave from No Compromise and James Youngblood said, go watch them old lives. Them niggas was dropping facts. Man, the dominant society socialized us to be in competition with each other. That's why we don't want to praise each other. That's why when y'all hear me, I don't give a fuck what niggas say. And you always talking about Dave from No Compromise. You always talking about James Youngblood. And I'm not going to stop doing it. And I dare a motherfucker to leave a comment in there. Because you know what's going to happen. like I read what you say, James Young Bud was like, man, Warren, if you had if you had a line where people could call in, you would, hell yeah, don't call into my shit with that bullshit. I'm going to celebrate my brothers and sisters, and I'm going to celebrate them for staying on track and being on their square. I am not here to tell nobody who the fuck they need to be with. That is not of anybody's concern, because we got a bigger war at stake. I don't have time, and I'm not the fucking gatekeeper of who you fucking. So I don't care. I want to know if you are for replacing the system of racism and white supremacy, establishing a system of justice, like what Fred Hampton told that white civil rights attorney. Are you with us? Or are you with them? That white civil rights attorney is still close friends with his mother, still deals with the family, and probably got a lot of flack. That's what we need. What did Dr. Frances Cress Welsing tell us? Tell us what's being said when we're not in the room. That's why I have mentioned, and I will be mentioning when I do sit down and take the time to write the book. That's where I can name you dominant society people that have taken a liking to Warren and been like, look, Warren, these motherfuckers is racist. That person is racist. They're not going to tell you the information. These people don't like you because you're young, you're ambitious, you want more for yourself. She would tell me things like, that's just the icing on the cake. The majority of it is they just don't like black people. That's why it's not a lot of black people in charge. That's why this is going on. That's why this is going on. That's why a lot of people, when they would deal with me at the Corp Plantation, even now, they were like, damn, you know hella shit about this fucking company. I said, that's because I've dealt with people in positions of power that have taken a liking to FBA. They're not treating. I remember I took a nigga, I ain't gonna put his name out there. I took a nigga to go see her one day. I was like, you think I'm bullshit? We about to go have a conversation. We had like an hour conversation. The same shit she was telling me, she was telling him. He was in shock. He's like, I can't believe that white lady was telling us all this. I said, bro, you're always gonna meet one or two of them that's gonna be like, this is some bullshit. All these motherfuckers are racist. It's fake and phony. This is what's going on. This is how you need to move. If you want to move up this hierarchy of need, you better be ready to, yes, sir, ding, king, sir. And bah, you better be ready to do that. And that was one of the first things that was told to me. And when she even said, she's like, Warren, you just don't look like that's your personality. She's like, but if you want to do it, she was like, going to school, that's a myth. That's red tape for dummies. And I quote, she was like, Warren, if he was white, they wouldn't give a fuck about no degree. That is put there for dummies who will jump out the building to move up this fake ass hierarchy of need type shit. And this wasn't just no 10-minute conversation once a week. We would have hour and a half, 2-hour conversations. And you like, Warren, man, that's just some white woman. You know, here you go. Okay, well, please let me know when you have a person in a real position of power and you go to her because a certain dominant society person is talking crazy to you, and all you think she's gonna do is just say, hey, you can't do that. No. I've been in a meeting where this same white lady told a certain person who's talking crazy to everybody and talking crazy to me, if anybody comes to me and says you're saying this, I'm going to fire you on the spot, in front of me, in front of my black supervisor, and in front of him. And then I was told, Warren, don't even worry, because I'm going to fire him before this shit is over with. And what do you think she did? And no, I was not fucking this woman. This woman was way older than me. She just saw a lot of racism and a lot of unjust behavior at the Corporate Plantation. And when you get around them, don't just be emotional. Soak up the game they're giving you. What did Dr. Frances Cress Welsing say again? Tell us what's being said when we're not in the room. I remember one time, this same lady, she was a VP. She told me, She said, she said, here at most corporations, especially ones like this, what they do is they create an internal rivalry and a competition. And then they throw in things like, you gotta have your degree, you gotta do this, and they just keep adding more to it, more to it. Now you're stressed out because you're trying to move up. And most people, and I quote David, James Youngblood, Erica Shani, y'all gonna love this shit. She was like, and most people, they'll take the position of power and not even the money. Because these corporations have trained the dummies and the commoner that it's more important to have fictitious power than the money. And I was told this early on. And some of the information I was told, it fucked me up because I didn't know how to deal with it. And it was hard for me to like, damn, is she just telling me this to set me up or, you know, to have me jump out the window? But then after being around this lady for a while and watching how she moved and how she dealt with people, I was like, nah, this lady's not fucking around. This is some real shit. And when I took one of my homies up there to talk to her, he was like, she the real deal, my nigga. Like, she was saying some real shit, bro. And calling out all the racism, just all the sucker shit that you, like when she said, I'm telling y'all this for a reason so we can stay focused. When she said, Warren, most people in corporations like this, Fortune 500s, they are chasing power, and then they, at the end, then they start chasing the money. She said some people chase the money, and they don't give a fuck about power. They don't care about none of that. Some people chase the power because they want to feel important. She's like, but Warren, they're home poor, meaning they ain't tried to buy a property. This is shit. This is game. I'm soaking up. I'm soaking up game. I'm in her office every day, soaking up game. She's like, Warren, most people, they're not even trying to buy property. They just want fictitious positions of power. She was like, and that's the problem, because most people are dumb and they think power means something. It only means something, like Dame Dash said, if you are the boss and it's your corporation. And I was so young, I didn't get it. What you should be chasing is economic stability, not power, not being over people, all this other shit. And I'm like, damn. But why wouldn't you want to be in charge? You know, you want to be a supervisor. You want to be a manager. You want to be a director. And then I read a book by Dr. Dennis Kimbro, The Wealth Choice. Please go get this book. And he specifically broke down what she said, and I shut the fuck up after that. He said, poor people talk about cars and clothes. Middle class people talk about titles and degrees. Wealthy people talk about bank accounts. Now, this same white woman was like, Warren, when I'm in meetings with other VPs and senior VPs and CEOs, they don't give a fuck about no title. You know what they're talking about, Warren? How much money they got on their stock options that they own in the company and other stock that they purchased. That's what they talk about. And the LLCs they formed and opened up. That's what they talk about. They don't talk about no titles. They don't even give a fuck about none of that. They really didn't give a fuck about it when they were just regular employees, but they were getting to that status not just to be in control, but because they know with the status comes money for them, because Warren, it's their company. Translation, it's their system. And then she said, and I quote, and plus, Warren, they're white. Why else would they want to move up? They know they're going to get paid what their worth is, even though they ain't worth a damn. And I quote, that's why I want to write a book, because some of the shit that was told to me, I'm like, damn. And then as I worked at the company longer, she started telling me all kinds of shit. That's why when I would meet people and I would be so knowledgeable about the company, people would be like, damn, you know hella shit. And I'm like, yep. She also told me create relationships, because Warren, you could then bring in people that you know and get them jobs. And guess what? I did, because I created relationships. Everything she wasn't lying. That's why when she said, Warren, people that are title driven, they're dummies. Only the elite thinkers are driven towards the title because they know the pay is gonna come with it because they're white. And I just was like, I was in shock, but it makes so much more sense to me now. That's why we gotta stay focused. Stop looking at Kamala being the first president. If she's not doing anything and giving you any tangibles specifically for foundational Black Americans, I don't care if she's an alien or as if Jesus Christ himself came down off the cross and said, y'all need to vote for Kamala. I would tell Jesus, man, we need to have a conversation, my G. And the first thing I would say is, well, where the fuck you been at these last thousands of years? We really need your help as foundational Black Americans. That's first. I love you, but that's the first thing. And the second thing, are you gonna help replace the system of racism and white supremacy and establish a system of justice, my nigga? And if Jesus says, what does that mean? I'm gonna say the racial group that needs the most constructive help needs the most constructive help. You ain't read this book? You need to read Dr. Claude Anderson. Warren, you joking? No, nigga, I'm not. Because our people, we need to be in the monopoly board. We need to start owning homes. It shouldn't take foundational Black Americans to move to Texas and Georgia and all these southern states for us to buy homes. We should be buying second and third homes in Texas and in Georgia. But we gotta go all the way there because the dominant society has made it so expensive on the outskirts of the United States of America, and then they have allowed this border psychosis or bullshit that they got going on where they just open up the border and just let any immigrant come over here, and then we're being replaced, like Dr. Claude Anderson says, with immigrants. And then the immigrants will come over here and take the dominant society's talking points and regurgitate it to their kids, and then their kids is telling our kids and our second generation like niggas is lazy and all this other shit because we're not teaching our kids the history. You better know who you are, and you better know that we built this country for free without repayment, and you better have books and documents to vet out straw man arguments, because what a lot of dominant society people like to do is they like to put bogus arguments out there and then hide their hand and then let the other racial groups fight with us. That's called managerial tactics 101. Let these dumb motherfuckers argue while we steal. No. I'm not even going to even subject myself to having a conversation with any immigrant or racial group that ain't read not in their book. If you can't suggest a book for me to read and all you talking about is Google, I don't even have time to have a conversation with you, because that means you're just using and regurgitating what dominant society people say. There's a lot of dominant society people that are knowledgeable and have really read, but there's a lot of dominant society people that ain't read shit. So when they try to talk this shit about niggas ain't educated and all this other shit, it's a lot of them motherfuckers that ain't read shit and don't have an idea what's going on. And they don't even know that they're in the same game as us. Because let me tell you something. The dominant society and the elites of the dominant society have convinced the poorest white man, oh, you better than a nigga. Who cares if you poor? You better than a nigga. And they're dumb for it, because a smart motherfucker be like, okay, if I'm better than a nigga, then why am I living in a trailer park? I should be living in a decent house since I'm better than a nigga. Because there's a lot of niggas that are living in houses and I'm in a trailer park. But that is called the dumb, fickle crowd, the commoner. We need to stay focused on what matters most. And what matters most is reparations and us coming from up under the bondage of being an immigrant permanent underclass. I have no qualms with immigrants, but right now you are here for unearned benefits, and that is doing a disservice, and it's very it's very, to me, disappointing that immigrants have the nerve and the temerity to come to this country for unearned benefits and tell us the story about their parents came over here with $1 in their pocket. That ain't got shit to do with us. You over here for unearned benefits. Because there's a lot of foundational Black Americans that don't even know where to start because they've been made a permanent underclass. Remember that. And when I say immigrants, I'm not just talking about the Hispanic community. And everybody needs to stop that shit too. I'm talking about, I don't care if you're Haitian, Nigerian, I don't care where you are and where you're from, Spaniard. If you are an immigrant, You are here for unearned benefits, and you are doing foundational Black Americans a disservice. And unless you are speaking up in favor for foundational Black Americans, I don't want to hear what you got to say. Because everybody want to join hands. That's why I put the Edmund Pettus Bridge as my thumbnail. Because you see, you got everybody out there. You got Kamala, you got all these people out there, right? But how many of them are going to stand for reparations and replacing the system of racism and white supremacy and establishing a system of justice? Guilty, nigga. I'm done. Peace.